Hi everyone, my name is Jeff Jones and I am from theboxmen.com, where we have changed the way that you should watch TV. Our website is www.theboxxmen.com. We are theboxmen.com, and in this video, let's take a look at 3 steps to stop your ISPs from throttling your Android media devices. If this is your first time here on our YouTube channel called The Stream Machines, we're so grateful. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up if you like this content and share it with someone who can benefit from it. It really helps me with the algorithm of YouTube as I strive to build this channel organically. I also want to thank everyone for their support. I think I'm at 1.2 million views. I am blown away by the response I get from people, because I just love talking about this type of stuff, and I just hope I just continue to bring some great information to you. So throttling, what is that? When I say throttle, you might think of a race car or, pushing on the gas to throttle it, like one of those muscle cars back in the 70s. But in streaming, it means something totally different. It means a negative thing, where internet service providers, or ISPs, have been known to throttle a connection. In other words, they'll make the connection so horrendous that you won't be able to watch anything while streaming. There's nothing worse than watching something that you have been trying to watch, and all of a sudden it's unwatchable, it stutters every 5 to 10 seconds, and you're like, what is going on? Now, the majority of our customers recently are having this exact issue, and in our support groups, we answer them because we have a lot of experience around it with some things they can do. But most people don't understand, first off, that your internet service provider will do this. At this time, it's illegal to do, but they're going to continue to do it until our government, which was passed, net neutrality, tells them to stop. So what are the 3 things that you can do to stop this from happening? So the first thing I want to do is point out, before we get into this part of the video, is who are the top throttling ISPs or internet service providers that you need to know about. Okay, so I'm going to give you a really short list, and then we're going to show you some of the things that you can do to stop this from happening. And it's really up to you to stop it from happening, okay? So the number one company that does it is AT&T. AT&T. They throttle video streaming, especially on mobile plans. But they do throttle video streaming. And what they do is they take it from a 1080 to a 720, even to a 480. And so it gets worse and worse and worse. And the reason they do that, maybe you have a data cap, or maybe you have a plan that you're going over, and so they start implementing this over and over and over again. But AT&T is one of the biggest culprits to do it. The second company that does it all the time is Verizon. Verizon streams on your hotspots usages. If you have a hotspot, they also throttle the streaming or streams when you're streaming something, like everyone does, whether it be live or whether it be, video on demand. So they've also had some lawsuits that they had over the last few years where they were just, throttling some major, like emergencies, like EMTs. They were found guilty of doing it. So they're on that list as well. Number 3 is Spectrum. Oh my gosh. Spectrum. They're one of the kings of doing it. They do it all the time. They block any URL they don't like. They make they've been known over the last 10 to 12 years now. They've had several different lawsuits. So Spectrum is another culprit. Another one that I use, and I rarely see them do it, but I've noticed it lately, is Cox Communications. Theirs are around data usage. They're big about if you go over your plan, they're going to throttle your account. And they do it in heavy traffic times when maybe it's a big event or something like that. You need to be aware that they do that all the time. And the last one is HughesNet or Viasat satellites. So those are some of the biggest ones that you need to look out for. So when this happens, what can you do? How do you know you're being throttled? That's real simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at how you can find out if you're being throttled. Is you got to put a speed test on your device. So if you have an internet speed test, you have to turn it on and test your internet speed, whether Wi-Fi or whatever it might be. So I'm going to test my speed here. So I'm going to test my speed. I call it the dungeon. I have a Verizon router here, and I'm connected directly to it. But I'm really under the ground here, and I'm going to let this do the speed test. So let it start the test. Now, as you can see, because I am on Wi-Fi, 57.96, okay? And that's megabits per second. Now it's going to do the upload. So now you'll see the upload. And at the top, I'll get SD, HD, 4K. But with these speeds here on this, I won't get 8K. And that's fine. So now what I'm going to do is test this again. But I'm going to turn on a virtual private network. A VPN will not only give you an idea if you're being throttled, but it'll also stop throttling. I'm telling you guys, you need to get a VPN. And the reason that is because when you have a virtual private network, you'll see I'm connected to a server in Chicago. I'm no longer on Verizon routers or whatever. I am now on a server in Chicago. So if Verizon was throttling me and I now turn on my VPN, I should be able to have a better experience because I'm now not connected to the internet service provider. So let's go ahead and check this again, the internet speed. And I'm going to start it again. And let's see what the speeds are with this test. Okay? So I'm going to let it ping and let it roll up and do what it does. So even with my VPN, depending on the VPN that you have, you can get higher speeds, sometimes lower, slower speeds, but nevertheless, that is still some very, very good speed that you would need if you want to stream. And now I'm getting closer to 8K. But the difference is I'm protected and you have privacy. So again, if you want to stop this throttling, I would take a look at getting a virtual private network. I mean, we sell a few of them. I have a link in the description where you can get Proton or VPN.io. These are very, very good providers that I've used on a personal level. But I suggest if you're having trouble with that, take a look at what you can do to go ahead and change that. So as I close out the video, I want to give you 3 things that you can do right now so that way you can stop the throttling. Number 1, I just mentioned it, get a VPN. Buy or purchase or try a virtual private network, okay? Number 2, all right, number 2, make sure you ask your internet service provider for an unlimited plan. Ask and search for a different plan. What do I mean? Maybe you're on a normal streaming plan, but maybe you need to ask them if they have an unlimited plan. Will it cost you more money? Yes. You don't know how much because you haven't asked. You know you have not because you ask not. You have to ask. So if you can change the plan and that opens up the streaming highway, so to speak, you're going to win. And number 3, the final thing is do your homework. Take advantage of the information on YouTube. Take advantage on the information on a video like this. Do your homework, try it out, apply the information, and you will win. All right? So let's band together to stop this thing called buffering or throttling by getting educated and taking action. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to helping you guys with another video very, very soon. Check out the description below. We have some great videos on some products and some services, some boxes that are really, really good that we know you're going to like. Have a great day. Bye-bye.